Yeah, really, I'm not that so low energy because of the episode. The episode was what are you showing the thumbnail? Seriously, I get a lot of comments saying that, hey, I don't know about the books, I watched the series and I like it and it's okay. And you know what, I get it. I mean, after last episode, when we are pretty much established that this is not the school we know, but parallel universe of sorts, yeah, it doesn't matter that much the changes. Actually, I'm trying to watch the series as a brand new show, and I get why some people like it. I believe that there is a great show somewhere in the world, regardless of if it is a Discworld or inspired by Discworld or not. Honestly, I think they're doing some things quite right. And in this episode, we have Veterinary, who I'm not sure if she's a woman or if he's a man. I thought they were talking about him at some places, and it's just a woman playing a man of sorts. But whatever, I don't like this veterinary. Veterinary is asking for Vimes to give them the sword that controls the dragon, and Vimes is not taking it. So he stops the interrogation of the sword, which sounds very wrong and exactly something you would say in a Discworld novel, come to think of it. And he decides to go and dive in a magical wasteland in a lake, which, yes, the moment he says lake, then you know that you're going into deep Arthurian territory. And he's joined by Lady Sybil and Ciri, who has something to hide about the sword, and the sets are great. And as they go through the magical wasteland, which is full with magical items from a place called the Round World, brought to Discworld by magic with not very modern devices, sort of thing. So that's why you get this steampunk feel, this anachronism, because the wizards are stealing technology from our Earth and getting it there. That's a good touch. That's also very Discworldly. So as they walk through this barren lake, they get influenced by the thermic load of those items, and those items teleport in Ankh-Morpork. That's how we get some items like a treadmill. You get a treadmill and a car in Ankh-Morpork, and they have flashbacks of their past, and it's really hitting hard on them. I mean, Ciri says part of your life with dwarves. Lady Sybil says how her attempts to change the people of Amork are futile, and Vime says it goes back into his childhood. And of course, as Angua and Karth follow them, we have a great flashback from Angua when she first touched the werewolf, which was when I say that there is an amazing show within this series called The Worlds I Meet. It was a great scene, and actually feels a lot of the stuff we didn't know about the characters down here. So yeah, that's good stuff. And of course there is a great change in vibes as he's becoming less passive and more active. There is this great face-off he has with Lady Sybil where she tells him the best place to have power, that leadership is in your hands because you don't want to be a leader. That's great. That's a great moment. And this episode was actually quite good for some part. And of course, we get to the lake and they throw the sword in there. And in true Arthurian fashion, a giant hand comes out of the lake because the lady of the lake, and returns the sword to them, but Cursor and the Thieves Guild crush their party and they take the sword back, but there are other artifacts and she knows where the next one is, but she has to face, I guess, the dwarves. That was episode 5 of The Worlds. It was, in some parts, was very good. And in some other parts, it was... it was not quite connecting. It was by the numbers. There is, you know what? They shot themselves in the leg because they tried to replicate a work of genius by a modern day genius author like Terry Pratchett, but they tried to do it themselves in their own way. And even if not directly comparing to what Discworld books are, because it's not the Discworld we know, And actually, this Lady Sybil is kind of fun. Clearly, they get their Pratchett. They have an understanding of what the Discworld is. They just try to make their own Discworld there. And at the times they get it, they hit the mark. It's where it feels it's not what. Of course, there are a lot of parts that are so and so, and things are just happening to happen, and they lack this distinctive feel that will make it come together or would have the show pop out of every other show out there. I think this episode 5 was decent and had some great scenes, and I don't know, maybe a more tightly edited episode if you cut these episodes of this show to the half-hour mark. Maybe you can get a much better show than we have right now. But overall, yes, I get why people like it, and I get why we Pratchett fans hate it. If you like the show and you're not familiar with the books, it's a great opportunity to show, because the books that this show is based off, it's more of the things you like. Do yourself a favor, after the series is over, go get God's Cards or get another book if you don't like reading, and just enjoy it. It's a ton of fun. It's what you love in the series, only better. But on its own, I think that this series it has some potential, but it's never quite apparent. Part of it is just drowning in an effort to be a deep drama or to be significant or talk about politics, because there is this theme of imperialism, colonialism by the Wizards, the way they treat the environment. There's environmentalism there. It's too shallow for a Discworld novel. It's too on the nose, and okay, the show has a lot of writers with the new Doctor Who seasons who have exactly the same problem. I think that The Watch has a decent showrunner, and that's a big difference. I mean, yes, if I put Discworld and Doctor Who, the final 2 seasons, next to each other, The Watch is a far superior show. Which talks volumes about Doctor Who, but still it has the same problems. What some people call the wokeness. The wokeness in this series is a thing. And the problem with wokeness is not that it's political propaganda, etc., trying to blah 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 to eradicate our entertainment and such, because let's be honest, we have seen a lot of politically charged movies and TV shows the previous years, and they were talking about the same issues, and they did much better, and we love it. I mean, most of us loved Hero, and it was made for defects, and yeah, it was a big part why it was so good. It had some very clear political leanings. The Joker was punk. It was punk socialism. A little bit later was also very politically charged, even though it was, you couldn't ignore it because it was either socialism or Christianity in there. The way that some of the messages are there. But the problem with wokeness is that it's apparent, it is trying to do that, and it's being done in a way that is not entertaining. And while I like the sets, and the sets are good, the acting is good, I kind of like this Lady Sybil. It's nothing the original, but yeah, it's cool. She's a great character. It works great with vibes, and the character work is also very good. I get to like the characters for who they are. If we had their arcs instead of flashbacks to what made them, it would have been better. But what can I say? I mean, it's done now, and we got a glimpse of who they were and how they ended up there. But that was kind of tropey and by the book, and something any series would do. And it was one flashback episode for all of them, which kind of doesn't properly work. And yeah, I would love to have a more inspiring Carol instead of Sybil, doing the role instead of Sybil trying to make rhymes into a hero. That was the job of Carol in God's Guards, and Carol is uplifting everybody, and I guess they want to do the joke of Carol being the prophesies the king of a notebook returns, and he knows that, and he totally plays dumb about it. Yeah, it was decent, but it was decent bad. That's 8 about episode 5, and I may come to like the show by episode 8 for what it is. But, really, but it's good, but that's my rating for the show overall. I'd love to hear your comments if you watched this episode. I understand if you tapped out, because I almost did, and as always, you like, you subscribe, you share this video if you like it, leave a comment with your opinion, and I'll see you soon. Thank you for watching.